In this chapter, we'll talk about events, which is of course the central concept of the Event Manager system. An event links a route with a lineup and a set of dates that define when an event is live. Creating your events in the Event Manager system will automatically generate drop sheets, order forms, and other things to take to your physical drops, but also allows the system to collect order data so that you can track sales performance on a location-by-location basis. But now the Event Manager is also integrated with our digital order forms on both the orders.collectivegoods.com website and the mobile app that your customers can download to their phones. The convenience of online ordering means not only that your customers can order when and where they like, but it eliminates many of the paper order forms and payments that you need to track down and manage.
The event menu takes you to the list of My Events. The system supports two types of events. We have master events shown here that associates a route with a lineup and a set of dates for which this event will be active. Since every route represents multiple schools or locations, there is also an event created behind the scenes for each of those schools. However, for this version of the Event Manager, we are only going to be working with master events, those here at the route level. You can create your events from this page by clicking the Create New button. And once again, you see the Add button that indicates that you can click to select a route. This lookup screen contains all of the routes in your My Routes list that you can select to add to this event. You can select your lineup the same way. However, you do not have to select a lineup in order to create the master event. You can move directly on to specifying your dates. You must select both a start date and an end date for your events. These are the dates that the event will be made live on the website and the mobile app. Notice that the end date has an end date time as well. The system will default this time to 8 p.m. You can set that to be whatever time you want to end the event on the apps and the website. We recommend that you set that to be earlier than the time that you plan to pull your inventory for delivery for this event. If you plan to pull your inventory at 6 o'clock on that date, then set your end time to earlier than that. And you can rest assured that no further orders will come in after you have printed your pick lists. On the other hand, if you would rather leave your events live as late as possible, and you do not find late night orders an inconvenience, then you may wish to set that time to be midnight on that last date. Be aware that this end time is interpreted to be the Mountain Time Zone. If you live in a different time zone, you'll need to adjust for your time. You can print drop sheets for your event by clicking on the print icon. There are 3 sets of reports included with this tool, and you can run any combination of them at a time. The parameter fields will automatically default with values. The delivery date defaults to the next business day after your end date. The post-dated checks due date defaults to 3 weeks after your end date. Payment due date defaults to your end date. And the custom text defaults to the text you used most recently on another drop sheet. You can, of course, change any of these values that you wish, and those values are stored with the event so that if you need to print any of these reports a second time, the same information will come up. Finally, you have the option to print location information and address on your drop sheets, or to hide that information. If you include location information, each report will generate a single page for each location. Whereas if you hide that data, then only one page will be generated, which you can then copy to use at as many locations as you need. All reports will generate as PDF files.
So that's how easy it is to create new events in the Event Manager system. I hope you see the screens are easy to use and will allow you to keep track of what events you've scheduled out for the next few weeks and where you're going to be running your events. If you have more questions, please contact your senior sales leaders. Thanks for watching.